In the vast emptiness of space, a massive research vessel from an ancient alien civilization drifted silently near the outer edges of the Milky Way. Captain Kira, a seasoned explorer with deep blue skin and intricate genetic markings, reviewed the routine planetary scan reports. Her long, delicate fingers moved across holographic screens, tracking countless star systems. Suddenly, a small blue planet appeared on her primary display. Most scanning protocols would have ignored such an unremarkable world, but something peculiar caught her attention. The planet's genetic signatures were unlike anything her species had encountered in thousands of years of galactic exploration. Jay Park worked late that night in the underground research facility in Seoul. His computer screens flickered with complex genetic sequences, displaying human DNA patterns that he had been studying for years. As a lead geneticist, he specialized in understanding human adaptability and genetic potential. The alien research vessel entered Earth's orbit without detection, using advanced camouflage technologies that rendered it invisible to human radar and satellite systems. Captain Kira initiated a deep genetic scan, her curiosity growing with each passing moment. Jay's computer suddenly erupted with unexpected data streams. Impossible patterns began appearing, suggesting an external scanning source far more advanced than any human technology. His hands moved quickly, trying to trace the origin of these mysterious signals. Inside the alien vessel, Captain Kira watched in amazement. Human genetic structures displayed an extraordinary complexity that defied standard xenobiological classifications. Each DNA strand seemed to tell a story of rapid adaptation, survival, and unexpected potential. "This cannot be a coincidence," she muttered to her chief scientific advisor, who leaned closer to the scanning results. On Earth, Jay realized something profound was happening. The genetic data suggested an external intelligent presence was studying humanity's biological makeup. His heart raced with a mixture of scientific excitement and unexplained fear. Captain Kira decided to initiate first contact, but not through traditional diplomatic channels. Her species believed in understanding before communicating. They would observe, analyze, and comprehend the human genetic potential before making any direct approach. Days turned into weeks. Jay continued his research, unaware that alien scientists were meticulously studying every aspect of human genetic information. They were particularly fascinated by human ability to adapt, survive extreme conditions, and demonstrate remarkable resilience. The alien vessel remained hidden, using quantum, camouflage technologies that made it undetectable to human observation methods. Captain Kira watched human civilization through advanced scanning technologies, observing cities, genetic variations, and behavioral patterns. What made humans truly unique was their unpredictability. Unlike many species in the galaxy that followed strict genetic programming, humans seemed capable of defying their own biological limitations. They could evolve rapidly, think creatively, and survive in environments that would destroy most other life forms. Jay's research took an unexpected turn when he discovered unusual genetic markers that suggested potential external manipulation. But he couldn't explain the source or understand the complexity of these findings. Captain Kira made a critical decision. Her species needed genetic revitalization, and humans represented an unprecedented opportunity. Their DNA contained unique markers of adaptability, creativity, and survival instincts that could potentially solve her civilization's most significant reproductive challenges. In the research facility, Jay's computer suddenly displayed a complex, mathematical sequence that was definitely not human-generated. The code was elegant, sophisticated, and carried genetic information that suggested an intelligence far beyond current human understanding. As the alien vessel continued its silent observation, humanity remained blissfully unaware of the profound moment approaching. First contact was imminent, but not in the way anyone could have predicted. Captain Kira smiled, her genetic markings pulsing with excitement. "Prepare communication protocols," she instructed her team. "We are about to meet the most interesting species in the galaxy." Little did Jay Park know that his late-night research would soon change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe forever. The first contact was coming, and nothing would ever be the same again. Dr. Junho Lee stared at the computer screen, his hands trembling slightly. The genetic data before him made no sense, yet it was undeniably real. Strange sequences danced across the monitor, revealing patterns that challenged everything he knew about human biology. Days earlier, mysterious data streams had infiltrated the research facility's most secure systems. At first, the scientific team thought it was a complex computer virus. Now they understood it was something far more extraordinary. The alien research team, led by a brilliant scientist named Kira, had been conducting silent genetic studies of humanity. Their scanning technologies were so advanced that they could analyze DNA at a molecular level without physical contact. Junho noticed something peculiar. The genetic information contained embedded mathematical codes that seemed to communicate complex scientific concepts. It was as if the data itself was a language, waiting to be understood. In a secure laboratory beneath Seoul, a team of top geneticists worked around the clock. They had discovered that the mysterious data contained information about human genetic potential that went far beyond current scientific understanding. These sequences, Junho muttered to his colleague, they suggest humans can adapt in ways we never imagined. The alien researchers watched from their hidden vessel, carefully monitoring human reactions. They were particularly interested in how humans would interpret the genetic information they had subtly introduced. Each human DNA strand seemed to tell a story of survival, of unexpected resilience. The aliens had studied thousands of species across the galaxy, but humans were different. Their genetic structure showed remarkable flexibility, almost like a living, breathing algorithm of adaptation. Junho discovered that certain genetic markers suggested humans could potentially modify their own DNA in response to environmental challenges. It was a capability that most known species in the universe did not possess. The research facility buzzed with excitement and confusion. Scientists worked in shifts, analyzing the mysterious genetic data. They knew they were on the edge of a breakthrough that could rewrite everything known about human biology. Kira, the alien captain, watched the human scientist with growing fascination. Her species had been searching for a genetic solution to their own reproductive challenges for centuries. And here, on this small blue planet, they might have found their answer. The genetic data revealed more than just biological information. It carried hints of potential evolutionary paths, showing how humans could potentially adapt to extreme environments, resist diseases, and even modify their own genetic structure. Junho noticed something else. The genetic sequences seemed to have hidden layers of information, like a complex puzzle waiting to be solved. Some patterns suggested communication, while others hinted at extraordinary adaptive capabilities. In the alien research vessel, sophisticated computers processed the human genetic information. They compared it with thousands of species' genetic records, confirming what they had suspected. Humans were unique. The research team worked tirelessly, decoding the mysterious genetic information. They realized that humans possessed a genetic flexibility that was almost unprecedented in the known universe. Kira prepared a preliminary report for her civilization's scientific council. The findings were revolutionary. Humans were not just another species to be studied. They were a potential solution to her civilization's most critical challenges. Back in the laboratory, Junho made a breakthrough. He discovered that the genetic data contained information about potential human abilities that current scientific understanding could not explain. Healing capabilities, enhanced cognitive functions, and adaptive immune responses were just the beginning. The alien researchers continued their silent observation, carefully introducing genetic data that would challenge human scientific understanding. They wanted to see how humans would react, how they would interpret this new information. As days turned into weeks, the scientific community remained unaware of the profound discovery happening right under their noses. Junho and his team were the only ones who glimpsed the extraordinary potential hidden within human DNA. Kira smiled. Her civilization had found something special. Humans were not just another species to be studied. They were a key to solving complex, genetic challenges that had plagued her people for generations. The genetic revelations were just the beginning. and humanity was about to embark on a journey that would change everything forever. The United Nations conference room fell silent when the first alien transmission arrived. Ambassador Xiao Khan stood perfectly still, watching the holographic projection materialize before the assembled world leaders. Captain Kira's image appeared, her blue-tinted skin shimmering with intricate genetic markings. Her voice was calm, almost melodic as she began to speak. "Humans of Earth," she started, "we come with a proposal that will change everything." Diplomatic channels had been preparing for this moment, but nothing could truly prepare them for the reality of first contact. The alien proposal was both simple and complex, a genetic collaboration that would benefit both species in ways no one could have predicted. Junho Lee, the geneticist who had first decoded the alien genetic messages, sat nervously in the background. He understood the scientific implications better than anyone in the room. This was more than a diplomatic meeting. This was a potential turning point for human evolution. "Our civilization is facing genetic extinction," Kira explained. Her holographic form moved with a grace that suggested both intelligence and deep emotional complexity. "Your species represents a unique genetic solution we have searched for across centuries." The proposal was straightforward yet revolutionary. The aliens wanted to integrate human genetic material into their species to restore their reproductive capabilities. In exchange, they would share advanced technologies and scientific knowledge that could transform human civilization. World leaders exchanged concerned glances. Some saw opportunity, others saw potential threat. Ambassador Xiao Khan carefully considered every word, knowing this moment would define human history. "We do not wish to conquer," Kira continued, sensing the human hesitation. "We wish to collaborate. Your genetic diversity is unlike anything we have encountered in thousands of years of galactic exploration." Scientific teams had already confirmed the potential benefits. Human DNA contained adaptive capabilities that could solve the alien civilization's most critical genetic challenges. The aliens had been searching for a species like humans for generations. Junho leaned forward, whispering to a colleague, "This is beyond a diplomatic negotiation. This is a genetic rescue mission." The alien proposal included comprehensive genetic screening, controlled reproductive protocols, and a gradual integration process. They promised complete transparency and mutual, scientific collaboration. "We will not replace your species," Kira emphasized. "We will enhance it. Your genetic potential is extraordinary." Hours of discussions followed. Legal teams, scientific experts, and diplomatic representatives analyzed every aspect of the proposal. The potential benefits were massive. Advanced, alien technologies, medical breakthroughs, and a chance to expand human understanding of the universe. But risks existed. Some feared genetic manipulation, potential loss of human identity, or unknown long-term consequences. The debate was intense, with passionate arguments on all sides. Junho understood something the politicians did not. This was not just a diplomatic negotiation. This was an evolutionary opportunity that could reshape human potential forever. Ambassador Xiao Khan asked the critical questions. What were the exact genetic integration protocols? What technologies would be shared? What guarantees could the Gao aliens provide? Kira remained patient, providing detailed scientific explanations that demonstrated the aliens' commitment to mutual understanding. Her holographic form projected sincerity and scientific precision. The world watched. News channels broadcast the unprecedented meeting. Humanity stood at the edge of a cosmic transformation, with a single decision that could change everything. "We offer partnership," Kira said in her final statement. "Not conquest, not colonization, pure scientific collaboration." As the meeting concluded, no final decision had been made, but something had changed. The possibility of a broader cosmic connection now existed. Humanity was no longer alone in the universe. Junho looked at the holographic projection, understanding that this was more than a meeting. This was the beginning of a new chapter in human evolution. The proposal hung in the air, full of potential, full of promise, waiting for humanity's response. The first hybrid child opened his eyes, and the world changed forever. Min was different, not just because of his unique genetic structure, but because he represented humanity's first step into a broader cosmic understanding. Born from carefully controlled genetic protocols, he was the result of years of scientific collaboration between humans and the alien civilization. Dr. Junho Lee watched the child with a mixture of scientific curiosity and parental wonder. The medical facility was unlike any hospital on Earth, a blend of human and alien technologies that seemed to breathe with potential. Min's physical characteristics were subtle, yet extraordinary. His skin had a slight iridescent quality, and his eyes seemed to change color depending on his emotional state. Blood tests revealed a genetic complexity that defied previous scientific understanding. The alien researchers observed carefully. Captain Kira had personally monitored the first hybrid generation, understanding that this was more than a scientific experiment. This was the future of two species intertwined. At 6 months, Min showed capabilities that shocked medical experts. His immune system could adapt to multiple environmental challenges in minutes. Where normal human children would struggle, Min's body responded with remarkable efficiency. Junho noticed how Min could process information differently. The child seemed to understand complex patterns that would challenge most adult scientists. His brain scans revealed neural connections that suggested an entirely new form of intelligence. The global reaction was mixed. Some celebrated the breakthrough, seeing it as humanity's greatest scientific achievement. Others feared the unknown, worried about potential long-term consequences of genetic transformation. Min's parents, carefully selected through rigorous scientific and psychological screening, understood the weight of their responsibility. They were not just raising a child, they were nurturing a living bridge between two civilizations. By his first birthday, Min demonstrated abilities that seemed almost impossible. He could communicate complex ideas through a combination of verbal and nonverbal methods. His understanding of mathematical concepts exceeded anything seen in human children. The alien researchers were particularly excited. Min represented more than a successful genetic experiment. He was proof that their collaborative approach could create something truly extraordinary. Government facilities worked around the clock, studying every aspect of Min's development. Each medical test, each observation revealed new layers of genetic potential. The hybrid children were changing everything humans understood about biology and evolution. Captain Kira watched the data streams with growing excitement. Her civilization had found more than a genetic solution. They had discovered a path to mutual understanding that transcended traditional biological limitations. More hybrid children began to appear. Each was unique, carrying different combinations of human and alien genetic markers. They represented a new stage of evolutionary potential, a living bridge between species. Junho understood the profound implications. These children were not just a scientific breakthrough. They were the first generation of a new cosmic community, capable of understanding and bridging different forms of intelligence. The transformation was not just genetic, it was philosophical, challenging everything humans knew about their place in the universe. These hybrid children saw the world differently, with a perspective that combined human creativity and alien scientific precision. Min could solve complex mathematical problems in seconds. He showed empathy that went beyond human understanding, able to sense emotional states in ways that seemed almost supernatural. His adaptive capabilities suggested a future where biological limitations could be overcome. Global scientific communities tracked the development of these hybrid children. Each discovery suggested that the genetic collaboration was more successful than anyone had initially imagined. By the end of the first year, it became clear. This was not just a scientific experiment. This was the beginning of a new stage of human evolution, a cosmic partnership that would reshape understanding of life itself. Min looked up at Dr. Junho Lee and smiled. In that moment, something profound passed between them. A understanding that transcended words. A connection that suggested humanity was about to embark on its greatest journey. The transformation had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. 5 years had passed since the first hybrid children were born. The world looked different now, reshaped by an extraordinary cosmic collaboration that nobody could have predicted. Min stood on the observation deck of the first joint human-alien research station orbiting Earth. His hybrid abilities allowed him to see the planet in ways no pure human or alien could. The blue and green sphere below seemed both familiar and entirely new. Captain Kira watched him carefully. She had become more than a scientific observer. She was now a mentor, a bridge between two civilizations that were learning to understand each other in ways never imagined possible. The global transformation had been subtle yet profound. Hybrid children like Min were now integrated into human society, demonstrating capabilities that were changing every fundamental understanding of biology, intelligence, and potential. Medical facilities around the world had been revolutionized. Diseases that were once considered incurable were now treatable. The genetic knowledge shared by the alien civilization had advanced human medical understanding by centuries in just a few short years. Educational systems were completely redesigned. Schools now included curriculum that integrated human creativity with alien scientific precision. Children learned about cosmic collaboration as naturally as they once learned basic mathematics. Jun-Ho Lee, now a senior scientific advisor, watched the developments with a sense of wonder. The genetic collaboration had become more than a scientific experiment. It was a living, breathing partnership that was reshaping human potential. Space exploration had taken unprecedented leaps. The alien technologies shared through the genetic collaboration allowed humans to understand cosmic travel in ways previously thought impossible. Missions that would have taken decades could now be completed in months. Min represented the first generation of this new cosmic community. His abilities went beyond physical capabilities. He could communicate complex ideas across multiple platforms, bridging linguistic and cultural barriers with remarkable ease. The alien civilization had found more than a genetic solution to their reproductive challenges. They had discovered a partner species capable of understanding, adapting, and growing in ways that defied previous scientific classifications. Global governments had been transformed. Diplomatic channels now included hybrid representatives who could understand complex interspecies communication. The old barriers of nationality and cultural difference were slowly dissolving. Captain Kira explained to her scientific council that humans were not just a genetic solution. They were a dynamic, creative species with potential that continued to surprise even the most advanced alien researchers. Environmental challenges that once seemed insurmountable were now being addressed. Through combined human creativity and alien scientific precision, climate restoration projects were making unprecedented progress. Min looked at Captain Kira and smiled. Their relationship was more than scientific. It was a connection that represented the potential of two species learning to understand each other. The research station became a symbol of this new beginning. Scientists from both species worked side by side, sharing knowledge, challenging assumptions, and creating something entirely new. Technological advancements were happening at an exponential rate. Communication systems, medical technologies, and space exploration capabilities were evolving faster than anyone could have predicted. Jun-Ho reflected on the journey. From a mysterious genetic transmission to a full cosmic collaboration, humanity had transformed. The hybrid children were living proof that evolution could happen through understanding, not just biological competition. The alien queen's initial proclamation, "You made me expecting human," had become a reality beyond anyone's imagination. Humanity had not just met another civilization. They had become partners in a cosmic journey of discovery. Min watched the Earth below, understanding something profound. This was not an end. This was truly a new beginning. As the research station continued its silent orbit, two civilizations that were once strangers now moved together, connected, transformed, ready to explore the vast unknown of the universe. The future had arrived, and it was more extraordinary than anyone could have ever expected.